Hi, so today we're going to go through the Truma heating system. Now, a lot of people get confused with this system. It's actually quite a nice system to use, but there is a certain way around it which will stop you having a lot of problems. So the first thing that we do, you have these 4 icons at the top. Now we want to go to number 3 because this is our heat source. So we have gas, mix 1, mix 2, electric 1 and electric 2. So gas is quite self-explanatory. You're running on gas. Electric 1 is 1 electric element. Electric 2 is 2 electric elements. Now, a lot of people might say, well, I'll put it on 2 electric elements because that's going to be more efficient. It's going to get me up to heat quicker. That will depend on how much electricity the site actually has to produce, because you might find if you're trying to pull too much power in, it could trip the system out. Mix 1 or mix 2, again, is gas with 1 electric element or 2 electric elements. So the first thing we need to do is pick our heat source. So because we're in the showroom, we'll put it on electric 2. The next thing is we go back to the first icon. This is where we set our temperature. And you can scroll this to whatever temperature you need. So let's say we want 17 degrees. Press the button, it's now set at 17. Now because it's thermostatically controlled, it won't kick in until it drops below 17 degrees. If we now go to the fan, we have a choice of eco or high, and that's how much air it's going to push through the system. If we now go back to the first icon and turn our heating off and go back to the fan, now we will have a choice of vent or off. If we go to vent, that will go up to number 10, and that's literally if we just want to circulate air around the van without the heating being on. Next one is the second icon, and this is your water. Now, we have done a video before on priming your system, and you must make sure your water is full in your boiler before you try to heat the water. But we'll say that we've done that. So you just go to the icon and you press on. Then you have a choice. Eco, which is 40 degrees, hot, which is 60, or boost. So again, if somebody's just had a shower, somebody wants to have a shower again quite soon afterwards, you'd pop that onto boost. If we then come down to these bottom icons, the first is the timer. So again, if you want to get up at say 7 o'clock in the morning, set your heating to come on at 6, do that from there. Then we have your clock, and again, to adjust, you just scroll around, and whenever you get to the time, you press the button, and it will lock into place. Then we come to your settings. First one is you can offset the screen, so you can move the right and left or right. But why you would want to, I'm not quite sure, but you can. There we go, we take it off there. Next one is temperatures. You can change from degrees to Fahrenheit. The brightness of your control panel. 12 or 24-hour clock. Language, if this is all a little bit too simple for you and you want to do it in French, German or Italian, fill your boots. Index, I'll come back to in a second. And reset. So if you pick up a glitch in your system, you can hit reset and it will take you back to factory settings. Index. If there is an issue with your system, or if you've done something wrong, so for argument's sake, you haven't plugged it into the mains, but you've put it on for electric heating, what will happen is a warning triangle will come up on here. If you click onto that triangle, it will give you a code, and those codes will be stored within the index. The idea being is, if it's not something that you've done wrong, but let's say for argument's sake there is a problem with your system, a Truma technician can check out those codes and may well be able to diagnose the issue before you've even brought it in. The one thing you will find is if you do get a warning triangle up and you have done something wrong, it will usually take 10 or 15 minutes before you can reset your system.